Hi, Perla? Yes.
Morning. Mr. Dewey.
We're almost neighbors. I'm 2 blocks away.
Oh, really? So you just started your day?
Just started my day with the Dunkin' over here. And
Good luck to you today.
you off to work or off to something fun today?
Well, we'll see how fun it is. I'm gonna go see my nephew's game, so I'm meeting my dad, and then we're driving together.
Oh, okay.
But those games are like boring sometimes.
Yeah. How old's your nephew? What's the sport?
8,
Oh, okay.
and he's still doing what's it? Basketball.
Basketball. Okay, at least you're inside.
Right, that's
good.
so true. Oh, yeah, I don't think I could do it outside.
Yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, but no, yeah, 8-year-old's playing. My niece, her dad. So I guess my brother-in-law is the coach for the basketball team. He's a big guy. He's like 6'8". I'm 6'3". He makes me feel short.
Okay.
And he's the basketball coach. So I remember I got to go see a ton of games. And I'm not gonna lie, my niece is not a great basketball player.
Right.
So like, she'd just be kind of like sitting there, and he's like, "Go run," and she's like, "It's gonna come back." I'll hang And I love to see that. I was like, that's the attitude I bring to basketball personally. I'm like, it'll get here when it gets here. I'll be fine.
No, he runs for the ball,
Uh-huh.
but he gets very upset if he doesn't score. He's I guess he's a good kid. He doesn't get mad when others don't score,
Okay.
but he gets mad with himself.
With himself, sure, he wants it to perform
Right,
better. And
to the
he's
point of
chasing it.
tears.
Oh, poor guy. Okay, I get it. That could be hard.
So that's why I'm like, I don't know how much drama there's gonna be.
Sure, if he scores, he'll feel good. If he doesn't, well, that's, unfortunately, you need that inner turmoil to succeed sometimes.
So true. Where is your brother-in-law and your sister? Where are they at?
They're in California, actually. That's
okay.
where I'm from. That's where I'm born and raised. So they're out there in the North Bay.
I see. How do you deal with the weather here?
Oh, you know what? I tell you, right around, I'd say end of December, I shut down emotionally and I don't leave the house. Yeah, it's I'm very lucky in that I do this, and I work from home 9 to 5, so
nice.
I don't have to go outside.
That's true. Okay,
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a cloud infrastructure engineer,
Oh.
so like server systems and computing and all that
I
stuff.
speak your language.
Oh yeah, cool.
I'm a project manager.
Oh nice. So you're the one that makes me do stuff. Okay.
We'll do it together.
Yeah, exactly. Although I'll be honest, I think I try to frustrate a lot of the project managers. They're like, did you do that thing? No, but I'll do it by the time we have the meeting. I promise.
So funny.
So that's how I do it.
I had he was a network engineer.
Uh-huh.
That every time I say, "Are we done with that?"
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Perla, when you say we,
Yeah.
sounds like you were doing it with me." It was me and my music.
Exactly.
It's like, well, we're a team.
We're a team. We're all here. This is the team goal. Exactly. That's like your son, right? He's on the team. Whoever scores the point, we scored the point, right? It's the
Exactly.
same thing. We're a team. That's absolutely right.
But he made me laugh so hard that day. I'm like, well, I guess I can see it from your perspective.
Of
but
course. Yeah. Of course.
See it from mine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been a project manager for 20-some years.
Oh, nice. So you've been doing it for a long time.
I've seen a lot.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's great. Same company, or are you
No,
in a place
well,
that gets sent out for?
I couldn't be in the same company. Well, I mean, I started in Motorola
Okay.
back in the day.
Uh huh.
I started as a database administrator. That's what I say. I speak your
DBA.
language.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was a DBA,
Uh huh.
and then I moved into business analyst,
Okay.
and then I moved into project management.
Oh, okay, interesting. So, what kind of prompted those changes into getting into what you do now? And it seems like you like it.
Well, I love what I do. Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. So now I do it's my own company.
Okay.
Like I find my own clients, I should say.
Sure.
It's just I like database. It was good, but it was too technical for me. I like to talk with people.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
And then I found myself doing the work for the project managers all the time because I liked it. So I'm like, this goes first, this goes first, this is how long it's gonna take you.
Sure.
This is who can do it. And then one of the project managers told me, Perla, you doing the work for me.
Right.
Make sure you get the big bucks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you guys make more money than me.
Yeah.
And that's how I was. I had to do business analyst because they wouldn't give me the job without experience. They said.
Sure. Of course.
But But yeah, so that's how it happened.
Oh,
What
okay.
about you? What brought you to cloud computing?
Ooh, I have a really fun story. I'm going to tell you because we don't work together. So
Okay.
I was an actor. I tell people I'm an actor playing the
Oh.
part of an IT guy.
Oh, okay.
So I lived in Hollywood, and being an
Oh, I
actor was
see.
not paying the bills.
Oh, okay.
And I rebuilt my own computer. I'd built from scratch some computers, done virus removal. So I had a friend who worked for Casting Networks, which they were like, we're hiring for an IT guy. And she's like, and I can get you into an interview if you want to do this. Because I was like, maybe I should switch my job, do something in IT to make money. So I made up a resume that was 100% a lie, and I gave her the resume, and she's like,
A
"Cool."
lie.
all
Okay.
all a lie. And we got in there, and it was just like, and I told people, I go, listen, you call it lying on a resume, I call it workplace improv. That's what I'm doing. It's an acting exercise, okay?
That's a good. I'm gonna grab that from you.
Please do. And so that's what it was. It was just acting. And then I went and I just Googled my butt off on like, what is DNS? What's DHCP? What's IP configure? What is this stuff? How do I do this? And then every time I had because it was a ticket queue, so I knew what needed to be done. So I would just research, and then go do it, and then try the thing, and that was 2009. So I've been doing 15 years, and I'm a senior engineer now, and that's how I've done it the whole time. Of like, I put on my resume that I know how to do this, I know how to do that, and
Okay.
when they hire me, I just research like crazy.
Well, now ChatGPT would make your life a lot easier. Before it was Google, but now ChatGPT
Exactly. Now
can help a lot
ChatGPT will
more.
do it. Yeah, if you want to program, you want to develop, you want to create automation, ChatGPT will get you 90% of the way there for sure. Which is great. So it just makes it that part of it a little easier. But even then, I still don't use it because my stuff isn't as automated. It's not as programming. So it's
I see.
I do a little more hands-on troubleshooting stuff. But it's the same thing. Don't get me wrong. It's still ChatGPT, it's still Google, it's still research. It's still, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm figuring it out. But that's the fun of it. So that's
Who do you work for?
right now I am a contractor, so
Okay.
I just go out to certain places that just need like cloud migration projects or email migrations or
Okay.
new operational stuff, or like one place they did a merger of like 5 companies into one.
Got it.
And so they wanted all those domains merged and migrated, and so I'm just like working with people and moving email stuff and all that, Active Directory. So it's
Okay.
fairly basic. But
I did a lot of Active Directory back in the day for
Oh.
Motorola.
nice for Motorola.
Yeah,
Mm.
we wrote well, everything. I mean, we implemented Active Directory at the time. They
Oh,
were
wow.
using SQL Server, and then they moved to Active Directory.
Wow, they didn't even have it. Yeah, so that must have been a while ago then.
Yeah, I'm talking 2020.
Okay. Oh, really?
24 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't know where life goes, but
Yeah.
how long have you been doing it?
So I started in 2009 doing tech work.
Okay.
So it's been about 15 years. My
Okay.
resume says 20.
Okay.
But it's all there. But yeah, it works. I like it. I like what I do. Like I said, I work from home. I get when COVID happened, there was so many people moving remote that I was able to get like 3 or 4 projects at once. So like I bought a house over here.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, and it was just like I was working, 14-hour days, but it was like 4 or 5 different, 3 or 4 companies at a time.
Good for you.
So I just stacked up a lot, and it worked out really well. And so now I definitely don't work that hard, but it's not like I didn't. But that was the thing I saw. I saw a meme that was really interesting, that it said, listen, it's like it doesn't matter, you're going out there, you have to show up, you have to try, you fail, you make the mistakes, you learn from the mistakes, you get up, you do it again, and that's called making it. And I said, you know what? That's faking it too. That's what I did.
Fake until you make
That's
it.
what I did. It's no different. I was like, that's what I went. I thought this was a solution. If it wasn't, I made the mistake. I tried it again. I got up. I showed up. I did the thing.
Right.
And so I'm like that. I think that makes sense. I think I did it. So I just got to skip the college part, which is great.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did you go to school for acting or?
No, I didn't. This is the fun part. I graduated high school like a year early. I didn't even do my senior year.
Okay.
And then I joined a cult for like 3 years.
Really?
And then when I got out of the cult, I was like, I'm gonna go be an actor. And like I went to go be an actor. So like,
What cult was this?
I was in the Church of Scientology.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. I worked for them for like 3 years in San Francisco.
Work for them, or were you part of the? You
Yeah, I
worked?
worked. I worked at the church in San Francisco.
Oh,
And,
huh.
yeah, and I was a member and all that that stuff. So yeah, so I did that, and obviously, because they're Tom Cruise and John Travolta, all these actors.
And they were there at church.
Not that one though. Actually, I did. Tom Cruise did come by, and I did get to meet him. He's so tiny. He's like up to here. He's
Really?
so tiny. He's like the tiniest dude ever. But yeah, and so I got to meet him, and like there were a couple other celebrities when they did a grand opening at the San Francisco place. Some of them came by, but then other than that, it was just you like toiling and working and doing the usual stuff. And then when I moved to Hollywood, same thing. I moved with other Scientologists, and one or two of them were like, "We're going to be actors. They have the Celebrity Center in Hollywood, and they'll help you get your foot in the door and blah blah." And none of that happened. But it was like, okay, but I was there, and it's like I said, it was like I had a roommate.
It's a sense of community, right?
Right, and I think a lot of religion can be that. It can be that idea of like we're all getting together, we share the same beliefs, we trust each other, we're here on that, and it gives you that sense of community. I think so. I think that had a lot to do with it. At least when I was down there, because yeah, all my friends were Scientologists or Scientology adjacent in some way. So I think it did contribute to that. But then after a while, it was like, acting's not doing it. I got to do something. And I was doing like office jobs because I didn't have a college degree. So what else could I do? Answer phones and do Excel, right? That was pretty much it. And then I just said, maybe I can do computers. And I didn't know that, I couldn't do it. I didn't know that you needed a degree and that it was, like nobody told me I couldn't. So I just went for it.
Good for you. Actually, my husband says that you don't need to go to school. You can learn everything yourself online, and you don't need to get in debt with this. And I see the point.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer.
It does open doors. That's for sure.
I'm a firm believer in that. And you know what? I was driving somebody last weekend, and I told her my whole story, and she was like, "I'm doing this thing now, but I want to get into something else, and I don't know. I don't have the experience." And I told her, I said, "Just lie." Just lie and try. Like, you'll never know. And what's the worst that's going to happen is they're going to fire you. And you have the 3 months of experience. You at least know. Right? That's it. And you're going to get paid the whole time. They can't not pay you, and they can't unpay you the money they gave you for not knowing what you're doing. And I was talking to another friend. I was like, listen, just because, like, their job is to find the best candidate. That's the interviewer's job, right? And if they hired you, you're the best they could do. That's not on you. It's their fault that you didn't know what you're doing. That was on them to figure it out. They couldn't get it. So I think it's justified. So
I'll tell that to my headhunter friend too.
There you go. I'm sure they'll hate that.
That's too funny.
Yeah. But like to say about your husband, I agree. I mean, I personally feel like if you were to take one person and a doctor and pair them up with a doctor and have that, a surgeon, a doctor, whatever, follow the surgeon, watch everything he does, have him explain what he's doing, I think you could make a doctor in 3 years instead of 7 plus. You know what I mean? So I think our education system isn't as necessary as people say. And here's the other thing. I was doing this in the Bay Area, right, with all the programmers and developers in Silicon Valley. And I'm not exaggerating. Every single one said 80% of what I learned in college, I don't use.
Right.
20% is the little bit basics, and then meeting people and saying, hey, I can get you a job here. I know this thing here. That's what you get out of college. They said everything else I've had to Google, I've had to learn. So I'm like, I just skipped 4 years. That's all. I just skipped the years of not knowing what I was doing and going in and saying, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's figure it out.
Good for you. So what brought you to Chicago?
My daughter. So her mom's from here.
Okay.
And so when we split up, her mom came here. And I was like, well, I work from home and I do this, so I can do it anywhere. So I might as well come.
Oh, good for you.
I've got 6 more years, and then I can go back to California.
But she turns 18?
Exactly.
Okay.
The day she's 18, I told her, the day you're 18, I'm back in California. I'll get you a ticket anytime you want.
What does she say out to that?
She honestly, I took her to visit. We went back it was like March or April.
Uh-huh.
And it was spring break, so it was March. And everything was green and it was warm. And she was like, wait. She's like, it's snowing in Chicago right now.
Right.
Everything's dead. She's like, why are we there? And I was like, talk to your mom. That's
right.
I didn't make that choice. That was not on me. So
Too funny.
I told her I'll come back any day. Any day I'd love to.
Well, I'm from Guatemala originally.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And
Yeah, I
it's the
detected an
nicest.
accent. Yeah.
Thank you. It's the nicest time of the year,
Oh, I bet.
November to March.
Oh, I bet.
So what I'm working towards is so that I can be there November to March.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's so fun.
So we'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, but if you can, with working remote, as long as there's no like network VPN stuff where they don't allow traffic from Guatemala, you can connect.
Exactly.
From
That's what
remote.
happened to my husband. Poor
Yeah.
thing. He was working from home. He was laid off.
Okay.
But we already had the plan to move to Guatemala for 3 to 6 months.
Sure.
We had packed everything, and
Yeah.
he got laid off at the time that this happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, do we stay now? I mean, like reverse the plan? He's like, no, we're going. It's cheaper in Guatemala. I'll find a
way
job.
cheaper. Yeah.
And he's good. He's
Yeah.
an architect. He's an
Okay.
IT architect.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So he's good. He had like jobs with Dell. Now he's with Charles Schwab. But
Okay.
anyways, so he's like, I'll find a job. No biggie. We'll
Sure.
go. Okay, we'll go.
Yeah.
We're there. He finds the job. It says full remote.
Yeah.
You know, anywhere you want to work from.
Right.
What he didn't realize is that anywhere within the United States, once he crosses the border,
Yeah.
he only has 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So he's working from there, all fun.
Sure.
And then on the 4th week, they start blocking his access.
Oh, wow.
He's like, why are you blocking me? He's like, oh, because your time to be working abroad is due.
Oh, no.
So we had to, rush and move back to my parents' basement.
Oh, no.
And the person in Guatemala was really nice. She canceled our lease and didn't charge us like the months that we didn't use the planes.
Wow.
And we had to
super
come back.
Wow. That's so, I mean, the thing with that stuff is like, I guess unless they said you're not allowed to work abroad, but it's like this place I'm at now, I told them because my wife is Mexican and she lived in Mexico, but she moved here 2 months ago now. So, it's like 2 months to the day, but so she's lived over there. So I would go and visit and I'd be like, can I work from Mexico? They're like, you can work from Africa. We don't care. We got no networks.
Really?
You're good to go. So I was like, oh, cool.
Do you speak Spanish?
I do. Mexicano 100%.
Oh,
so I
mira,
speak Spanish.
no sabía.
I know most people can't tell, and English was my first language, so I'm still working on it. But Spanish is my first language, but I grew up speaking English
I did.
because all my friends were white in
Okay.
California, So it just worked that
But
way.
it's there, just practice.
It's there, yeah. So I try and practice more. I try and speak more. My wife makes it a point to make sure I'm learning, and it's like, okay, cool, I'm practicing it, and it's getting better, But she said I have an accent, but it's not Mexican. She's like, you sound like a Rancho Mexicano when you speak. And I was like, well, my family are all the Rancho people. Like we grew up like raising cattle
It's
and
there.
picking fruit. Yeah, so I was like, all right, cool, it's in there.
Super
I got
funny.
it. Yeah, I just got to speak more.
And the company lets you work from Mexico?
They did, yeah, they would. And
That's
so
nice.
now I don't have to go. But yeah, they let me work from there a couple of times. So I just brought my laptop, stayed for a week, and then came
So
back.
lovely.
Yeah, it's nice. I love this area of Chicago. I was looking at houses over
Thank you.
here. Yeah, it's so nice.
It's so quiet, very secure.
Right? You don't realize it's just this little quiet spot that's northwest of the burbs over here.
My father found the house. I was not looking in the area, and he's the one that found it
Oh,
19 years ago.
nice. Okay. Oh, great. That's right before all the prices doubled.
Well, no, actually, we bought it when he had already doubled.
Oh, no. You better
We were under the water until maybe a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
We finally broke even.
That's good. That's good. Well, you got it.
But now we have to change the roof. And,
It's always something.
owning a house.
Exactly. I'm dealing with a lot of that myself. It was so
Very
nice
nice
chatting.
chatting with you.
Yeah, have a great one. Hope the game's a fun one.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thanks.
Okay. Or happy holidays. I don't know.
Yes. Thank you, bud.